Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
Time for our tale of the tape. Up first is the Bobcat, and they'll be facing Fists of Fire. Fighting in the featherweight division. This is a fun division because you get the quickness and they've got a little bit more power than, say, the bantamweights. First up, the Bobcat. Up against them, Fists.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Nigeria, wearing the red trunks with red trim, the Bobcat. Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United States of America, wearing the white trunks trimmed with black, Fists of Fire.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night, because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. The courage on display here is incredible. Stiff jab. Beautiful counter shot. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork, moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Nice counter. These punches coming from every angle. There's a counter shot. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Couldn't land that jab. Beautiful counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Do you believe what we're seeing? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Both men step back for just a moment. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is...
It's a tough fight, and you can be confident.
And there's the bell for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That counter punch caught him clean. This is the type of fighter that would say, I don't even want rounds. Let's just fight until one of us can't stand up anymore.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. He misses with that jab. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter shot. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. The straight right just misses. The perfect counter lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Let's get it started in round 3. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Stamina is off the charts. They miss with the jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punch. Throw a shot, they get countered. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one. Did you see that? And down goes the Bobcat. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
That is a show of character.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. You've got to wonder how big of a...
That's a terrible round.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full battle, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Trying to land that jab. Nope, that hook won't score. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. You'd like to see more jabs. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. There's the bell to start round 5. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? Hey, it's the featherweight division. You're going to see a lot of speed in this fight.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Solid punch. Well done with that counter shot. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Punch, counter punch. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Those counter punches have to hurt. Jab does not score. They exchange punches. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
This is the beginning of round 6. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too...
There's the bell to start round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. character. This is about want.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominant.
Round 8.
Open wide, change it. An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. Couldn't land that jab. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
No rest for the weary. You'd like to see more jabs. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Could not have... Switch on. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Two featherweights are going to let their hands go, you know that.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can...
Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
That's lights out right there. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's still on the fight.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
They've got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Bombs away. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. His legs are gone, but it's round 10. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Here was the defense. And the Bobcat goes down. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
Where did...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your ball.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at...
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. And at some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
You're being put down. You've got to think right. So...
Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
The straight right just misses. Counter shot lands. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of... Hold that thought! The referee really thinking about stopping it. And now they're right back into the fray.
Defense is everything, because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And now going for the finish. Oh my goodness! I want to see that one more time.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. That'll be a 10-8 round. On to the 12. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
And he scores with the counter. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. When are we going to see a jab from these two? In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this box... Oh, wait a minute! What a massive upset this would be! What a blow to the head there! Let's see it again on instant replay.
You're right, Todd. What a shot!